morning, guys, and welcome back to the next edition of the Sin Bin. We're super excited to be coming to you live from Pirates again this week, ahead of the start of the Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge and our first big test against UJ here at home in Greenside on Friday night. Joining me tonight is the chairman of Pirates Rugby Club, Greg Fenter, and the director of rugby, Brad Wilkin. Two relatively good guys and well known to the club. Gents, thanks for joining me and welcome to the Sin Bin. Good to have you back on. You guys have been on this before, so good to have you back.
It's my first time. I normally like being in the background.
We prefer you in the background. We prefer you in the background as well.
They say face isn't for camera.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, listen, your face and your voice for radio, really, that's fine. Greggy, super excited. As I mentioned in the top, was we've got UJ coming up, but maybe just from your side and for all our fans out there, how's pre-season been? How's it been looking? We started in November last year, and we finally got to this date.
No, we haven't. Yeah, it's been an exciting pre-season. Yeah, the nice thing about when you win a season like we did last year, yeah, a lot of the players come back, so we've got a very much of a familiar side. But then a lot of new players, a lot of exciting guys have also joined us. So it's been a great pre-season. Yeah. Also administratively, we've done things a little differently, and it's made it a lot easier for the guys to register. And we've just really just upped the game over here. So it's been a great pre-season. Been quite easy, quite nice, and the guys have really enjoyed it. We normally sort of take our time getting into the season, getting into the year. But it's been very, very easy this year, and we've had the guys focused on the rugby field a lot quicker than we have before. So yeah, I'm excited. It really is exciting to see the guys really focusing, wanting to do well as we did last year. And it's really been a great pre-season from a behind the scenes point of view.
You mentioned that, mate, and if we just have a look and see what's going on behind you ahead of the league game, we're just looking down at our thirds and our fourths here, giving it horns. It's looking absolutely amazing in terms of our numbers. We had a bit of an increase in our numbers. We're sitting around 240 odd members this year.
Correct, yeah. So I think it was 247 was the last number I looked of registered players. Yeah, and last year I think we were about 170. So it's really good numbers, good registrations. Yeah, and the guys are excited. About being here. So it's not just that the numbers are there; they're actually coming down, practicing, and loving the environment that we've created over here.
Yeah, and that's awesome, mate, Greg. And I think the thing that excites me the most is on Friday night we actually have the ladies playing the curtain raiser ahead of the first team game. Those numbers are also looking quite good, and they're excited about this season as well.
Yeah. And again, we've got our ladies playing a full 15-man game against UJ, with a lot of our ladies playing for the Lions. The Lions this week played against EP, beat EP 25-6, I think it was, and there was 17 of our ladies playing there. That's not available, and we still can put out another 15 players plus reserves on Friday night. So our ladies are really growing in numbers. The structures that Boki and Ayenda have created there are great, and really looking forward to their season as well.
That's brilliant, mate. Yeah, they're fully committed. Wilkes, it's off the field. It's been a good one. Good systems in place. We've certainly learnt over the years how to get it right finally, and I think it certainly worked well there. But I think it's fair to say on the field, been a little bit of a challenging start.
Yeah, I think, Brad, winning the World Cup last year was a hell of a lot of fun for everybody, and I think that inspired the kids to come down. And also, like Greg says, having won the Pirates Grand Challenge last year, I mean, the kids want to play rugby. So we've got, our numbers are good. We always say the quality is, we need the numbers, but you also need the quality. And our quality is good. You don't beat Pika in the final of the Pirates Grand Challenge, the Varsity Cup champs, and you just think you're a second division club. So on the field, we're looking really, really good. And the best thing is we're having a lot of fun. Yeah,
we're having a jewel, man. I think our former president, Mark Murray, made it very clear to us after the 2001 win that the learnings they took out of that is you need to work even harder the following year. I think we've taken that advice. So we've been going pretty much since October last year in planning, all that kind of stuff. Maybe just a quick word on the 19s, under 21s, and what's happened there from a coaching structure point of view as well.
Yeah, I mean, last year under 19s, under 21s beat all three varsities, which is unheard of in open club circles. So we're building on very nicely on under 21s. We've got a very good coaching system there. We've got an old boy there, 2 old boys running it. Gary Crick and Chris and Dolby are down. They're doing wonderful work, and our numbers are looking great. Under 19s, obviously it's always the kids that finished school last year, so we all played there. We know how difficult it is.
They're enjoying a couple of these.
So the numbers are growing slowly but surely, but for our sins, we've got 3 old boys back to coach under 19s, which is Jaja Horn, Buffel, Monet Dutoy, and Gareth Peters. 3 of them won the Pirates Grand Challenge in 2001, and they won the club champs. So we've got 3 proper boys. We think they're probably going to teach the boys the wrong stuff off the field, but as long as they produce the goods on the field, I think we've unearthed an absolute gem there. So we're really excited about under 19s.
Nah, it's going to be awesome, I think.
Well, and the fact that we have old boys back in the club, coaching and whatever else is great. Just shows the strength that old boys have for club rugby, and keeping them, getting them involved, just really builds the club and the culture of the club, because they know what it was like, yesteryear, and the culture that they bring, and the traditions that we have, that we can keep alive and keep in the club. It's great news to see old boys down coaching.
100%, Griggy, Mate, the last week's edition of this, we interviewed Ryan Andel from Waya and the Waya Group. Maybe, Griggy, just from your side, a word on Waya coming on board for the first time this year. Daviani and NFB coming back as a partner and loyal partner in Spike and Terry from Rototank. Obviously, we know we can't do it without them, but how much does it mean to us as a club?
You cannot underestimate the value that guys who come and invest in this club and that trying to run the club like this, trying to make sure that we create the environment. Unfortunately, comes with money. We can't do this without any money, and having especially old boys who come and say, take their business and say, here's a business, let's invest together, let's work together, let's create the community. And the old boys, both in Ryan and in Divi, Jeremy Daviani, they come and invest in the club, come and help us sponsor. Just really is immense value that they bring to this club, and to help us create what we do create. So I cannot thank them enough. And then Spike and Terry from Rototank. Spike has always been a loyal supporter of the club, fan of rugby. He loves the environment. And Terry, who helps carries on just supporting Spike on it. That they really help us do what we do. Create an environment that guys can come down and play rugby and enjoy playing rugby. So to them, thanks very, very much. Cannot have enough words to say thank you for what it means, and having sponsorships like that helping us create this.
It's always the 2 naughtiest oaks that have to sponsor us. You can't forget some of the oaks that weren't that naughty
the more responsible oaks.
It's always the naughtiest oaks.
No, absolutely. Bredo, Costa Pirates Grand Challenge, 9 teams this year. Ramfontein coming up, and credit to them, and congratulations to them. Certainly looking forward to it, and a resurgence of Wanderers getting their club back up and running, and the old boys getting back involved there. And obviously the 3 universities, Alberton Raiders, Rudaport being involved as well. Just a quick overview from Pirates Grand Challenge perspective, or Costa Pirates Grand Challenge point of view. What do you reckon this season? Going to be a tough year?
Yeah, Brad, I think it's always tough. If you look at, we're the only league in the country with 3 varsity cups in the Premier side, in the Premier League. I mean, you don't pitch up against a Wits, a Pick and a Uja and take things lightly. So it's tough. It's not easy. But kudos to those guys, and they've strengthened the league. So I think the league is going to be incredibly strong this year. But we've looked at the pre-seasons, who they've played. We looked at the results. Across the board against outside provinces have been really good. So we're expecting a really tough competition all the way from first to the under 19s. It's never going to be easy. But if you want to get better, you want to play against the best. I think this will be challenging this year. It'll be probably one of the most challenging years you've had for a long time. But if you're
a betting man,
if you're a rugby player, you don't want to play against the donkeys. You want to play against the racehorses, and they need to bring it and come and play against the best club, because we proved that we were the best club last year. And I always say, if you've won it one year, and Greg said we got a target on our back, but I don't think it's about that. I think the pressure's on the other clubs because they now have to step up to where we ended up. And of course, we have to continue where we were. And that's a challenge. But the bottom line is we know what wins. We know what makes us successful. Kudos to Greg, kudos to you, what you guys do behind the scenes. And this makes what we do on the field so much easier. There aren't many clubs in the country that can say they've got such an incredibly strong committee and old boys supporters behind them and sponsors. So we're in a good space, Brad.
Yeah, I think so, Brad. I think it's going to be a tough one, just my opinion on it. I think Ramfontein have been building for a couple of years now. They've got depth. I believe they're running 4 sides. I think that's the thing I'm most excited about, is to finally have other clubs being able to field multiple teams. I think there's definitely a resurgence in club rugby and participation across the board. Many of the senior grade challenge teams have also been able to field thirds and fourths, which they haven't been able to do for a while, and 19s and 21s as well. And I know Diggers is working incredibly hard for that. I look forward to watching how they go in the senior grade challenge. Yeah, but I think it's been a cracker. I think the one thing that we worked hard on doing here as well is just making sure we keep our feet on the ground. I know we've got expectations from our fans and our supporters and our old boys and all that kind of stuff, Greggy, and I think that's why we've worked so hard off season to kind of get it right. Just maybe turning attention to a couple of things happening at Pirates. Players to watch, Greggy, your opinion? It doesn't have to be a first team player.
Yeah, there's so many of them that have come through, but I mean, I think one of the exciting ones is Ilunga. Yeah, he's come back. Yeah, he sort of came near the end of last season, but he's an exciting player. He's played at top level with the Sharks and wherever else, and back down. So he's always an exciting player to watch. But there are so many. A lot of the guys, second team played. That we've just announced the sides. If you go look at that second team, across the board, all
talent
15,
all the way through.
All 15 of them are capable of playing first team, or on the fringes of the first team. So that second team for me is going to be an exciting. I think it was one of the things that we worked hard in pre-season, is to focus on the second team, getting the right coaches, get the players back. Because the second team, we always aim to have at least all our sides in the semi-final or final. And I think our second team let themselves down last year. They didn't get into where they should have. They could have. But this year they focus. I'm excited about what our second team is going to do. And they're going to be pushing those players are going to be pushing the first team players. So it's not going to be easy staying in the first team. There's a lot of guys who are going to have to work hard to keep their first team jerseys. I'm excited about the second team. I think that second team is going to go.
And even all the way down at thirds, Greggy. I think it's sticking all the way down there. Brad, just from your side in closing, mate, 1 or 2 players to watch for the season. Who are you excited about, mate?
Yeah, so I mean, Sheldon de Blanche was a stalwart for years. Sheldon hung up his boots. He's now very much involved in the club. With Tumi Marco also is got involved. Renus is now very much involved in the first team setup. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Duncan Delport's back. I love that. I like the competition at 8. Ron de Toy's down, but Bryn Dean's got the jersey, but Ron's down, pushing him hard and coming off the bench. One oak that I'm really excited about this year is Sean Otter. I think Sean is... He's our Peter Steph de Toy. He doesn't talk much, but when he does talk, people listen. And not just that, but he's just such a quality kid, and he can really play rugby. So, but Brad, is across the board in thirds.
Always difficult to pick out.
So many good players that we've got.
Yeah, listen, I'm looking forward to that dog Johan Reinicke having a cracker season. That looks absolutely nuts. It's going to be exciting. But right across the board, there's some talent sitting in the 19 and 21s, which I know the first team coaches are already looking at. So it points to a very good season. Gents, thanks for joining me on the Sin Bin. Really excited about the season ahead. We finally got to the start of the Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge. We're all very, very excited about it. To our fans and our supporters, come down on Friday night. Game started 6:15. First team plays at 9 o'clock. Super exciting with a curtain raiser for the ladies just before that. Some real good rugby that happens there. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, Waya, Roto Tank and NFB. Great to have you involved. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week for the next edition. Good night.